Is-sena 2017 sena li ġabet magħha bidliet kbar, deċiżjonijiet importanti u fuq kollox ħidma bla waqfien, kemm hawnhekk fil-Parlament Ewropew kif ukoll madwar id-dinja kollha. Kien fi Strasburgu fejn matul din is-sena saru wħud mill-aktar dibattiti importanti fuq livell Ewropew, iżda anke b'mod partikolari dwar Malta. Sena illi matula fost l-oħrajn Malta kellha l-Presidenza tal-Unjoni Ewropea. Iżda li sfortunatament rat dibattitu wara l-ieħor jitratta s-saltna ta' dritt jew aħjar in-nuqqas tagħha f'Malta. Il-ħidma tal-MEPs tal-Partit Nazzjonalista kemm hawnhekk fi Brussell kif ukoll fi Strasburgu ma waqfitx. David Casa, Roberta Mezzola u Francis Zamid-Dimek li f'nofs is-sena ħa posteris Komodini Kakija li fl-elezzjoni ġenerali ta' Ġunju ġiet eletta fil-Parlament Malti. Isir kemm isir diskors, il-fatti ma jista' jmerjhom ħadd. U waqt dan il-programm dak li se nkunu din insegwu, il-fatti. Fis-sena 2017 x'ġara fil-Parlament Ewropew u x'impatt ħalla fuq Malta. U sena d-dieħla x'bidliet se ġġib magħha. Żgur li f'moħħ il-poplu Malti u għawċi f'dak li għandu x'jaqsam mal-Parlament Ewropew, is-sena 2017 se tibqa' mfakkra għal ħidma tal-Kumitat Parlamentari dwar il-ħasil tal-flus u l-evitar u l-evażjoni tat-taxxa, magħruf bħala il-Kumitat Pana. Dan il-Kumitat twaqqaf wara li ġie żvelat l-iskandlu tal-Panama Papers.
Following the Panama Papers leaks, the European Parliament decided in June 2016 to establish a committee of inquiry to investigate alleged contraventions and maladministration in the application of EU law in relation to money laundering, tax avoidance and tax evasion.
Matul din is-sena dan il-Kumitat ġie darbtejn f'pajjiżna, fi frar biex investiga l-iskandlu tal-Panama Papers u f'Novembru flimkien ma' MEPs mill-Kumitat tal-Libertajiet Ċivili, il-Ġustizzja u l-Intern biex ikompli jinvestiga dan l-akbar skandlu internazzjonali kif ukoll is-saltna ta' dritt f'Malta. Iż-żjara ta' frar kienet fuq ġurnata, l-għada ta' protesta nazzjonali fil-Belt Valletta. Laqat mal-Ministru Konrad Mizzi, mal-eks Direttur Ġenerali tal-FIU Manfred Galdes, mal-Kummissarju tal-Pulizija Lawrence Kutajjar u bosta uffiċjali oħra. Il-Chief of Staff tal-Prim Ministru Keith Kembri webbes rasu u ma attendix għall-laqgħa li kien mistenni attendi għaliha. Minflok, bat messaġġier il-Belt biex jagħti ittra liċ-Chairman ta' dan il-Kumitat Parlamentari, l-MEP Werner Langen. Fit-tmiem il-ġurnata tal-laqgħat saret konferenza tal-aħbarijiet illi matula l-MEP Langen sostna illi kollox jindika li l-kumpanija sigrita fil-Panama ta' Konrad Mizzi hija każ ta' ħasil ta' flus.
Konrad Mizzi confirmed our invitation. It was a fair and free discussion with Konrad Mizzi, but all documents in the Panama Papers create any doubts if it's not money laundering. This is a problem. But we need a clarification, we need a discussion, we need improvement.
Min barra din id-dikjarazzjoni b'saħħitha taċ-Chairman tal-Kumitat Parlamentari kien hemm dikjarazzjonijiet oħra b'saħħithom. Bħal fost l-oħrajn, mid-deputat Chairman tal-Kumitat u l-MEP tas-Soċjalisti Ana Gomez li qalet li ma tistax tifhem għalfejn Konrad Mizzi ma kienx irriżenja u li qed iħammeġ isem l-Ewropa. Minnaħa tiegħu l-MEP tal-Ħodor Sven Giegold ukoll li deskriva l-iskandlu tal-Panama Papers bħala każ klassiku ta' ħasil tal-flus u li d-dikjarazzjonijiet li kienu saru dak iż-żmien dwar Grant qabel fil-fatt ġie żvelat minnu s-sit tal-kumpanija ma kienu ċari xejn.
Mr. Henry was outrageous in trying to put in question the credibility and the impartiality of the Panama Papers Inquiry Committee of the European Parliament. He is clearly identified as someone involved in the Panama Papers. He is the one who has a lot to explain, and not just to the people of Malta, but throughout Europe, because he's, after all, not just as he alleges a private citizen, he is the Chief of Staff of the Prime Minister of Malta, who happens to be in the presidency of the EU at the moment. And the allegations about him are extremely serious and have not been responded by him in any way. Regarding Mr. Mizzi, Minister Mizzi, he opted to come to us, which we welcomed. We had a very substantive discussion with him. We had in front of us the papers that he signed to incorporate in Panama and for his trusts in New Zealand. We confronted him with many contradictions, and the most glaring one being something which he could not, of course, explain, but referring us to the legal advice he received, which was the fact that assuming that it was true that the explanation that he pretended it was trying to protect the wealth of his wife and children, why, being he the minister of a government of Malta who goes all the way to actually promote foreign investment in Malta and promote Malta as a fantastic jurisdiction for protection of wealth of people from all over the world, why did he pick Panama and New Zealand for that purpose? Even more so when his wife was herself an official of Malta Enterprise, which is an entity promoting foreign investment into Malta. And also, I thought it was weird the way he was talking about the family interests, when, of course, also as if his wife and children needed particular protection and they couldn't get it in Malta, opening an account or a trust in Malta, and knowing that his wife has now diplomatic status, being the Consul General of Malta in Shanghai. Everything is very weird. There were another very glaring contradiction in the Papa stated in the correspondence with the Mossack Fonseca through the intermediaries, where it was stated that the objectives of this trust and company were actually to put the profit of recycling and gaming activities. So obviously these are major contradictions that he could not explain, and I must say that at the end of the talk, in one hand admiring the cheek of Mr. Midzi, I felt like telling him, why don't you resign? Because it would spare a lot of embarrassment, not just to the government of Malta, but also to the EU, where he now heads the Energy Council.
How credible was what Mr. Midzi said. So I said already that the no-show of Mr. Schembri and his letter is unacceptable, but Mr. Midzi, one has to say, he was well prepared. So of course, I think me and also many other colleagues were not fully convinced of his scheme, because the setting is a classic money laundering scheme. So it's exactly a textbook case. Yeah? But of course, we have no proof that this was truly set up in order to proceed for proceedings of corruption. This is claimed loudly, as you know, by the opposition. But there is, of course, there is a coincidence of joining the government and the opening of the proceedings and so on. But this is no outright proof. And therefore, I agree with the chair. It's too early to draw a conclusion, and we should also be careful. We are not judges. But we have to continue investigating that, and this has been said also by the chair of the committee.
Wara dakinhar il-Kumitat Pana kompla d-dej bil-ħidma tiegħu. Ħidma illi waslet biex f'Ġunju li għadda sar dibattitu fuq livell Ewropew fi Strasburgu, propju dwar l-iskandlu tal-Panama Papers fost il-politiċi Maltin. Dibattitu li l-Prim Ministru Malti Joseph Muscat kellu jattendi għalih. Dakinhar il-kritika tal-MEPs ma kienx ftit.
So you won the election, but the questions are still on the table. And what we ask you in the capacity as being today's President of the European Council, as Presidency of the European Council of the European Union, clarification of this open question. You said a lot about what you did on paper, on legislation, to guarantee the rule of law in Malta. I was hoping that you come back today to Strasbourg, to the European Parliament, and you can show us what is the result out of this legislation.
Committee, and therefore I have some issues to raise Well, PANA committee had a mission to Malta, and many intermediaries named in the Panama Papers are based in Malta. And also their possible ties to politically exposed persons there are very worrying.
The government of Malta, and therefore the current EU presidency, is quite often described in the media as being connected to criminal energies. Cabinet members appear in the Panama Papers, EU visas are sold off to Chinese businessmen, the rebate system allows companies to reduce their tax rates down to 5% of profits. And in my own hometown, Hamburg, cruise ships use the Maltese flag combined with German tax legislation to push their tax rates down to 0. Malta is a haven for the money laundering of the mafia, so let's not be diplomatic about it. The money that Malta protects is stained with blood.
Mr. Prime Minister, Commissioner, colleagues, first of all, our group asked for this debate because we are seriously concerned with the state of the rule of law in Malta. So, what we have found is that the Financial Intelligence Unit has investigated several cases of serious wrongdoing in the field of money laundering as well as in the field of licensing of banks and doubtful procedures internally of banks. These have unfortunately not led to the opening of prosecution processes. These three known reports of the Financial Intelligence Unit have leaked to the media, but still prosecution processes seem not on the way, and therefore we call on the Police Commissioner to immediately open the respective open prosecution procedures. Second, for the financial institutions involved, there should be consequences. There's a financial supervisor, and there's something peculiar in Malta because the head of the financial supervisor, MFSA, is, as Joseph Bannister, is at the same time the vice president of Malta Finance. This is a strong conflict of interest between the role as a supervisor and the development authority in order to bring forward financial investment in Malta. We think the supervisor should take action against Pilatus Bank and also on Nexia BT to look at their licenses after the findings in the Panama paper as well as in the reports of the FIU. Furthermore, we believe that the key persons which were involved in the Panama papers, so including Mr. Schrembri, as well as Brian Tonner and Carsini, as well as Mr. Zammit, who was found in the Swiss leaks, should appear in front of the Panama Papers Committee. They have failed to do so far. Reuters and Spiegel have revealed lacks of supervision in the online gaming sector. Lastly, I think it is high time that a thorough investigation is started. We have written today to the Commission to start investigations in a view of treaty violation procedures concerning money laundering legislation and bank licensing practices. And lastly, I think it is high time for Malta to defend back its reputation. Your island needs to be on the basis of thorough rule of law. And you have it in your hands to really reveal to the public the truth about all these things and have fair and tough investigations. These are not replaced by elections. Thanks.
Son, over a year ago expressed yourself that Minister Mizzi should resign. How do you feel that he has been reinstated after the Maltese elections? Thank you.
For a Prime Minister to respect the verdict of the people. I note that this has been done in this case as well. Gracias.
But if ministers' names appear in the Panama Papers, of course there is a suspicion among our citizens that there is little progress being made because some of those involved are profiting. It's a terrible situation and it has to be cleared up. I mean, what about an independent inquiry in Malta? Is the rule of law being implemented? Even the wife of the Prime Minister is being named in the media as being the beneficial owner of one of these companies. Ladies and gentlemen, under such circumstances, it needs to be proven that the accusations are false, and then everything will be cleared up, or the rule of law needs to be enforced, and the Commission, President, the Commission is then called upon to act, otherwise they become accomplices in this.
Ja, vielen Dank.
Thank you. Prime Minister, you told us about the progress you've made in applying the rule of law in your country, but what good is that on paper when a process of democratic purge, of clean-up in your democracy is not happening? You reappointed a set of ministers, you haven't carried out a proper investigation. I have to say, I'm terribly sorry. You're a former colleague. You have a responsibility to an exception of the finance minister, but the others whose names have cropped up, this has completely been ignored. We haven't received any answers from our questions. We put you no responses to our invitation. Mr. Schwembe basically ignored us completely in Malta. The way you dealt with this is completely unacceptable, and yet you are President in Office of Council. I mean, this is total disdain towards the freely elected European Parliament. I've never seen anything like it. And you've got to get your own country in order. We're going to be behind you. We're going to be... You can laugh if you like. Go on, we're going to insist that you don't get off scot-free. The Panama Committee of Inquiry will keep following you. If you continue doing nothing, we will keep on asking the questions. We will ask questions whether you bought votes in Malta, because that's what people are affirming in Malta.
Panama Papers au dezvăluit și declanșat un scandal.
The Panama Papers drew attention to a corruption scandal which appears to involve even the Prime Minister of Malta, who is here today. We need to have a full investigation of these scandals, as we do with any other case of corruption or tax evasion revealed by the Panama Papers.
Wara li għadda s-sajf il-ħidma ta' dan il-Kumitat komplet, tant li delegazzjoni oħra reġa' ġiet Malta biex tkompli tinvestiga dwar is-saltna ta' dritt. X'hemm ħażin f'Malta? U għaliex ma ssirx ġustizzja? Din id-darba d-delegazzjoni kienet immexxija mill-MP Soċjalista Ana Gomez. Id-delegazzjoni iltaqat mal-Prim Ministru kif ukoll maċ-Chief of Staff tiegħu Keith Kembri, li ma marx għall-laqgħa li kellu mad-delegazzjoni fuq livell personali, iżda attenda dik illi kellu il-Prim Ministru. Minkejja l-ħafna mistoqsijiet, it-tweġibiet baqgħu ma waslux. Fil-fatt fit-tmiem il-laqgħat tanu x'kellhom xi jgħidu l-bosta MEPs minn pajjiżi u partiti politiċi differenti.
We learned on a number of cases that there was an unwillingness and also some incompetence to investigate and to prosecute. And in particular, the visit with the police showed a high degree, and I think that was a feeling shared by everyone, a high degree of unwillingness to investigate and partially also a demonstrated incompetence. I'm even more concerned over the rule of law now than before the visit.
Yes, I think there could be connections among between all these things. The assassination of Ms. Daphne Caruana Galizia, the cases that she exposed, including the case where Ms. Efimova was apparently involved, and that has a connection with the e-grant account and company, which is not yet clarified to whom it belongs, who does it serve. So these are questions that need to be clarified. The perception of impunity is very wide here, and the fact that serious revelations coming from the Panama Papers, and particularly involving two members of the cabinet, have not yet led to prosecutions. And despite the fact that FIU reports are in public domain because they have been leaked, that there are no prosecutions, that investigations by the police did not take place. And there are other very disturbing elements that need, I mean, I refer to the Prime Minister, how, me from his own political family, I'm stunned to be confronted with the fact that a former commissioner
who was forced to resign in disgrace for Malta, disgrace for all of us, was actually taken as his advisor. And he was not from his political family. There, actually, so what's the link? Definitely it's not the political family. What's the link?
Dakinhar l-attenzjoni ma nataġ biss lid-dekerazzjonijiet tal-MEPs, iżda anke għal dimostrazzjoni spontanja li saret barra dar l-Ewropa fejn kienu qed isiru l-laqat.
Aħna dinaw jiena personalment nirrappreżenta l-grupp Awturi u għaw gruppijiet oħra, u Ewropew Justice, għaw il-Kennies u għaw Vuċi. U aħna qegħdin preċisament għaw fit-triq, blokkajna triq ħalli l-MEPs jkollhom jimxu jintaqgħu magħna u aħna wasslu il-messaġġ li l-ġustizzja ma saritx u li aħna nixtiequhom ikunu jkollhom suċċess fil-fatt li jfittxu il-problemi li għandna Malta, problemi li huma kullimkien, aħna nafu bihom, imma għandhom bżonn għandna bżonn għajnuna mill-Ewropa biex jidhru u jiġu tranġati dawn il-problemi.
Ħassejt li għandna bżonn li jkollna l-bidla f'pajjiżna u li m'hawnx kultura f'pajjiżna meta xi ħadd fil-gvern jagħmel xi ħaġa mhux suppost jmur kontra il-rule of law ma jaqbadx jirriżenja kif suppost.
Il-ħidma tal-Kumitat Pana issa ġiet lejn tmiema b'vot fil-Parlament Ewropew illi approva ir-riżoluzzjoni ta' dan il-Kumitat. Iżda għal Malta dakinhar il-vot ma kienx biss fuq il-Kumitat Pana, iżda dwar emenda biex Malta tibda tissejjaħ tax haven.
Naturalment illi l-ġimgħa l-oħra, tard il-ġimgħa l-oħra sibna ruħna f'sitwazzjoni fejn kien hemm emenda tal-Partit Soċjalista Ewropej li tagħhom huma membri Alfred Sant, Miriam Dalli u Mallim Mizzi fejn kienet titlob biex Malta tkun imsemmija bħala a tax haven country. Dan ħolqilna problemi kbar, fi ftit tal-ġranet kemm jiena kemm Roberto kemm Francis ridna mhux biss inġibu l-appoġġ tal-Partit Popolari li kważi kollu ivvota favur il-Maltin, favur il-financial services ta' pajjiżna, ma kellna wkoll nduru fuq deputati oħra li ġej min-naħa tal-lemin biex jivvotaw ukoll anke huma favur it-talba ta' pajjiżna. U llum minkejja li l-vot kien viċin ħafna, rrid ngħid li t-talba tas-soċjalisti ma ġietx milquha u allura f'dal mument rebħet Malta. Però jekk ħajqpa' Konrad Mizzi, Ministru ta' Joseph Muscat, kif ukoll Keith Kembri, xef de kabinet ta' Joseph Muscat, id-darba li ġejja sfortunatament il-financial services tagħna se jkun qegħdin fi problemi kbar.
Tajjeb li nfakru wkoll li kieku ma kienx għall-iskandlu tal-Panama kieku llum ma kienx ikollna f'sitwazzjoni li rridu nivvutaw fuq kritika daqshekk ħarxa u mhux neċessarja fuq Malta. Li kieku il-grupp tal-Partit Laburista f'dan il-Parlament ikkonvinċa lil Joseph Muscat biex ineħħi lil Konrad Mizzi u lil Keith Kembri kieku maħniex qegħdin f'din is-sitwazzjoni. Ma sfortunatament ir-reputazzjoni tagħna ta' Malta li tant imbniet fuq pedamenti sodi għal snin sħaħ wara li tħallna fl-Unjoni Ewropea, illum dawk il-pedamenti ixxaqqu sew. U allura darba wara l-oħra ser ikun hemm attentat wara ieħor kontra Malta. Li kieku ma kienx għad-delegazzjoni tagħna, kieku Malta illum kienet titlef. Illum Malta rebħet minħabba l-MEPs nazzjonalisti.
Bla ebda dubju dak li irnexxinna nagħmlu aħna bħala deputati fissem il-Partit Nazzjonalista fil-Parlament Ewropew hi li nagħmlu id-distinzjoni li Joseph Muscat ma jagħmilx. Jiġifieri id-distinzjoni bejn Malta u l-Gvern ta' Malta. Bejn Malta u Ministru bħal Konrad Mizzi, bejn Malta u Chief of Staff tal-Prim Ministru bħal Keith Kembri. U aħna kienna allura din il-biċċa xogħol jibsa li jinduru fuq deputati oħrajn u ngħidulhom Malta hija Malta, il-poplu Malti huwa l-poplu Malti. U aħna rridu li l-vot ikun favur Malta u favur il-poplu ta' Malta. Però fl-istess ħin aħna insostnu il-kritika lil min iħammex isem Malta. U għalhekk irridu inkomplu bil-ħidma tagħna biex ir-reputazzjoni tagħna niddefenduha u niddefenduha aħna.
Żgur li s-sena 2017 kienet waħda impenjattiva ferm mal-MEPs membri ta' dan il-Kumitat. Ħaġa waħda fuq l-aġenda li jiddefendu il-popli Ewropej li qed ikunu misruqa, illi huma vittmi ta' politiċi korrotti kif ukoll dawk illi jaħslu l-flus. Dak hu l-Parlament Ewropew, id-difensur tal-popli Ewropej. Bħalma żgur li kien qed ikun id-difensur tal-poplu Malti u Għawċi meta wara l-qtil tal-ġurnalista Defni Karwana Galizja, l-ewwel għamel dibattitu dwar dak li kien għadu kif seħħ imbagħad inawgura Kamra tal-Konferenzi tal-Aħbarijiet f'ġieħ Defni Karwana Galizja u wasal biex sar dibattitu wkoll dwar is-saltna ta' dritt f'pajjiżna.
While we're here in Strasbourg talking about the rule of law in Malta, the Prime Minister has been selling passports in Hong Kong. He calls that to promote investment and job creation in Malta.
The truth is, we insinuate that the rule of law collapsed a long time before that murder, and that this murder is one of the consequences of the total collapse of the rule of law in Malta.
There's also the issue of press freedom in Malta. And the Pilatus Bank, the situation there, setting certain limits. These are the questions that we have to ask in this particular chamber. Does Malta have the power to really implement the legislation that's in place? And is it really respecting the principles of the European Union?
This is more like the Netflix series Narcos, where it's about Pablo Escobar, the drug trafficker. It doesn't seem to be about the EU, but unfortunately that is the reality in Malta.
A new election will never replace the work of the police. Suspicions of corruption and money laundering affecting people close to him have limited his political action and damaged his credibility.
Some of Daphne's last written words were, "There are crooks everywhere you look, the situation is desperate." Well, depending on where you looked, you always saw the same thing. That's prominent people from Azerbaijan. Very prominent people from Azerbaijan in company of very prominent people from Malta, virtually half the leadership of the Labour Party. Be that the Prime Minister, be that the Prime Minister and his small party who travelled there unaccompanied and brought back I don't know what, or be that Mr Farrugia, who's still the Speaker of the Parliament of Malta and who's nothing better to do than regularly travel there.
Malta is a beautiful country, but its government has let it down. We have journalists being assassinated. You have the press being targeted by a bank at the centre of serious criminal accusations.
Why was nothing done to avoid this murder? And looking at the Maltese government, there really hasn't been an appropriate response from the government or the police service. And I would very much hope that the Commission will force Malta to uncover the truth.
What is happening in Malta, and it is happening in other countries. However, this is being blown out of proportion to satisfy a partisan agenda.
Selling Maltese nationality and therefore EU citizenship has been one of the major threats to security in Malta and therefore to the EU. We also see Maltese names in the Panama Papers. We're not seeing independent investigations into the fact that a politician's wife was linked to one of the banks in the Panama Papers.
Id-dibattitu fi Strasburgu f'Ottubru li għadda jfoka fuq il-qtil, fuq l-omiċidju li kien għadu kif seħħ f'Malta. Dan hu dak li kellhom xi jgħidu 3 MPs tal-Partit Nazzjonalista fit-tmiem dan id-dibattitu.
Hawnhekk kont nippretendi jiena illi dan id-dibattitu kellu jsir fil-Parlament f'Malta l-ewwel. Rrid inkun naf x'taħseb l-Oppożizzjoni u x'jaħseb il-Gvern fuq il-qtil ta' Defni Karwana Galizja. Naturalment meta bbatalija Antonio Tajani l-għada li pratikament kien hemm l-attentat u qalli li hemm iċ-ċans li jekk nagħmlu din it-talba jsir dan id-dibattitu li ma stajtx ngħidlu le. Naturalment mhux faċli li jkollok aġenda u tbiddilha fl-aħħar minuta biex tiġi diskuss xi ħaġa oħra. Però dan il-każ għall-Parlament Ewropew, għall-istituzzjoni tal-Ewropa huwa gravi ħafna, jirrifletti wkoll is-saltna ta' dritt li għandna f'pajjiżna, jirrifletti wkoll din l-istorja kemm ma baqgħetx biss Malta imma marret oltre minn Malta fl-Ewropa kollha u fid-dinja kollha. U allura għalhekk il-Parlament ħass li mhux biss jagħmel dan id-dibattitu llejla, mhux biss li jistieden il-familja jiġu mhux normalment li ssir u ssir minuta silenzju f'okkażjoni separata. Ma saħansitra llum ċevejna l-informazzjoni u l-aħbar sabiħa l-inqas f'din it-traċedja kera l-sala tal-konferenzi li inti wieħed mill-ġurnalisti li tkun fiha ħadd issemma għal Defni Karwana Galizja u naħseb dan ir-rikonoxximent mill-Parlament Ewropew, mill-Ewropa, li lanqas biss għadu inħata mill-Istat Malti, mill-Gvern Malti, juri kemm f'din il-ħaġa anke wara qtil tagħha mhux biss il-Gvern naqqas milli jipproteġiha fil-passat milli jara li ma jsirilha xejn ħażin, imma anke ma ramew ta' saħansitra la jrid jiddibattiha, la għadna fakkarniha b'mod ta' poplu Malti u Għawċi, ma tħansit l-unika attivitajiet li saru fil-pajis saru minn organizzazzjonijiet li m'għandhomx jaqsmu xejn mal-gvern.
Hawnhekk fil-Parlament Ewropew kull fejn tgħaddi tara xokk u kulħadd jistaqsina x'inhi. L-ewwel qed ir-reazzjoni tagħna, imma t-tieni mistoqsija hija issa x'ser nagħmlu. Illum fil-Parlament Ewropew hawn għajta unanima biex il-Gvern Malti jagħmel xi ħaġa, iżda fl-assenza ta' dak biex il-komunità internazzjonali u l-forzi internazzjonali jgħidulna x'għandna nagħmlu biex il-ġustizzja ma' Daphne issir. Ma tantx hawn fiduċja fl-istituzzjonijiet Maltin u hija vera ħasra li il-mument kommoss li aħna rajna fil-Parlament Ewropew għadna ma rajniex f'Malta, għadna qed nistennew li jkun hemm sentiment nazzjonali mill-istat meta affaċċjati minn din it-traċedja minn dan l-assassinju. Il-messaġġ tagħna aħna maħniex ser nifqgħu hawn dak li għamlet Daphne, il-vuċi tagħha ser tibqa' fil-vuċi tagħna kollha u ħanamlu dak kollu li hu fil-poter tagħna biex ġustizzja ma' Daphne u l-familja tagħha ssir.
Jiena għalija dejjem norbot il-libertà tal-ġurnalisti u tal-istampa mal-libertà tal-poplu. Ħafna drabi aħna ngħidu ejja nħarsu il-dritt għall-espressjoni tal-ġurnalisti, ejja nħarsu dritt tal-espressjoni ta' min qed jikteb, ta' min qed jesprimi opinjoni. Fil-verità dan huwa dritt li huwa wkoll tal-poplu kollu. Għaliex huwa tal-poplu kollu? Għaliex fl-Unjoni Ewropea u anki fil-pajjiżi Ewropew b'mod ġenerali, meta nitkellmu dwar libertà tal-espressjoni, hija mhux biss il-libertà tal-ġurnalista li twasslilna l-fatti li tagħtina l-opinjonijiet tagħha, imma huwa id-dritt imbagħad tal-poplu li jirċivija dik l-informazzjoni, li jirċivihom dawk l-opinjonijiet, li jkun f'qagħda aħjar biex anki hu jkun jaf x'hemm għaddej u x'm'hemmx għaddej. U jekk wieħed iħares allura lejn il-valuri Ewropew u anki dak li qalet anki aktar minn darba il-Qorti Ewropea dwar id-drittijiet tal-bniedem, enfasizzat dejjem dan il-punt. Mhux qed inħarsu biss il-libertà tal-espressjoni ta' min qiegħed jikteb, imma tinħarsu l-libertà tal-espressjoni tal-poplu kollu li mingħajr il-ġurnalist qed jitlef biex ngħidlek parti kbira mid-difiża tiegħu stess, għaliex il-ġurnalist qiegħed hemm biex jiddefendi l-poplu, biex jagħtih il-verità, biex jgħinu jara x'inhu għaddej u jagħtih iva jekk hemm bżonn anki femiet differenti. U allura għalija li nkun hawnhekk flimkien mal-kollegi tiegħi fil-Parlament Ewropew li inti tisma' lil President tal-Parlament Ewropew jagħti dak il-ġieħ tant mistħoq lil Daphne Caruana Galizia li jitkellem anki dwar l-importanza tagħha bħala ġurnalista. Il-President Tajani huwa bniedem li ġej huwa stess mill-professjoni tal-ġurnaliżmu, għalija kien moment fejn esprimu dan il-valur mill-ġdid, kien ukoll ħanajt kollox moment kommoventi għaliex inti qed tarġa' tesprimi iva dak l-appoġġ qed tagħti dak l-omaġġ il-persuna li inli naf jiena personalment għal madwar 40 sena, ħabiba personali tiegħi, kien hawn il-familja tagħha hawnhekk, kien hawn il-raġel tagħha, 3 tfal tagħha, kellek persuni oħra mill-familja u allura tarġa' titqanqal bl-iktar mod qawwi mhux biss għall-memorja ta' Daphne imma għal dak kollu li hi kienet tirrappreżenta u biex dak il-valur verament inżommuh ħaj u nibqgħu niddefenduh għaliex mingħajr din l-informazzjoni il-poplu Malti ser ikun niexef milli jkun jaf dak li għandu bżonn ikun jaf.
Dak f'Novembru imbagħad kien iffokat aktar fuq is-saltna ta' dritt f'pajjiżna. X'qed isir ħażin? Kif jistgħu jitranġaw l-affarijiet?
Grazzi, Signora President. Is-saltna ta' dritt hija waħda mill-iżjed valuri importanti u essenzjali għaliex mingħajrha jikrolla kollox. Kummissarju Timmerman, is-saltna ta' dritt inqeret meta bank li jinqabad jaħsel il-flus ta' dittaturi mill-Azerbajġan jitħalla jopera f'Malta. Għaliex? Għax qed jaħsel ukoll il-flus ta' nies fil-Gvern Malti. Meta l-Kummissarju tal-Pulizija jintgħażel speċifikament minħabba l-inkompetenza tiegħu. Meta l-FIU, Aġenzija ta' kontra l-ħasil ta' flus, tirrapporta korruzzjoni estensiva u bla preċedent li timpliga lill-Gvern u l-Pulizija ma tieħu l-ebda azzjoni. Meta l-korruzzjoni titħalla għaddejja għaliex in-nies implikati huma nies fil-Gvern. Meta l-kultura ta' impunità issir in-norma f'pajjiż jikrolla kollox. Kummissarju, llum qegħdin hawn maqudin biex ngħidulek li l-istat ta' dritt f'Malta għandha bżonn l-intervent immedjat u l-urġenti tiegħek. Dan mhux kliem ġdid għalik, Mr. Timmermans. Għaliex jien u l-kollegi tiegħi ktibnilek uffiċjalment xurilu u ma sar xejn. Jien u l-kollegi tiegħek issottomejna mistoqsijiet parlamentari fuq din il-kriżi u ma sar xejn. Tkellimna fuq din is-sitwazzjoni f'dibattitu parlamentari f'Ġunju li għadda u ma sar xejn. Tkomplux intom u l-Kunsill tiddefendu l-indifensibbli. Nappellalkom kollegi tiegħi f'dan il-Kamra, ftakru fil-valuri li jaqduna u li għamluna Ewropej. Ifqu lill-korruzzjoni u kunu fuq in-naħa tal-poplu. Din mhijiex ġlieda kontra l-poplu Malti, din hija ġlieda għall-poplu Malti. U lill-familja Karwana Galizja li qiegħda magħna llum ngħidilhom omkom u l-mara tiegħek kienet mara bla biża', b'saħħa u b'kuraġġ fenomenali. Ma beżat qatt mit-teddid, abbuż, ridikolaġġli u tajjir. Iżjed iva milli lek kienet tispiċċa one woman army, waħedha tiġret il-korruzzjoni u l-abbuż tal-poter għax ħadd iżjed ma kellu il-kuraġġ li jagħmel dan magħha. Lillu lieda nixtieq ngħidilhom mhux se nħallu l-qtil ta' Defni jkun għal xejn. U jiena ngħidilha li bħala ħabiba tiegħi mhux se nħalli li l-qtil tagħha jkun sar għal xejn. Kummissarju, ibda investiga issa. Mr. Timmermans, let's start. Let's finish what Daphne started together and do not ignore us anymore, please.
Thank you. Standing up here today is not easy. Standing up rarely is. I represent a fiercely proud people, a hard-working people. Us Maltese have worked tirelessly for everything we've ever had and battled geography to claim our rightful place as EU members. That's the Malta I know and that's the Malta I fight for. But all is not well in my country today, and to remain silent is to be complicit. Too many people have sacrificed too much for me not to speak as our authorities pillage our children's legacy and destroy our reputation. This House, you, have become the last bastion of hope for the people we represent. And this is what the EU means to us, hope. Hope and a guarantee that the rule of law will always be protected. Because joining the EU was our way of ensuring that no politician with delusions of grandeur will ever again trample on our rights without our European partners stepping in to help us. Daphne Caruana Galizia was executed, assassinated, and her killing exposed the urgency of the situation in Malta, where the ruling party has used its majority to run roughshod over the rule of law. Malta is a great country, but we have to have the courage to say that it is unacceptable that journalists are killed with impunity, that it is outrageous that the press is under threat, that it is disgraceful that the police refuse to investigate corruption, because we know that there can be no rule of law without law enforcement, that there can be no true democracy with a shackled media, that there can be no justice when those exposing crimes are the ones targeted. And instead of facing the issue, our Prime Minister spends his time addressing rallies calling us traitors, claiming he is defending Malta from evil Europe. He thinks he can intimidate everyone, but we will not be silent, and neither should the Commission. Launch a rule of law dialogue with the Maltese authorities and help our country move forward. The situation is desperate. I ask all of you, stand with us. Do not let us down now that we need you the most.
Sur President, ninsab gburi li nkun f'dan il-Parlament nirrappreżenta lil poplu Malti għax il-poplu Malti meta ivvota għad-dħul ta' pajjiżna fl-Unjoni Ewropea rid preċiżament li jkollu il-ħarsien tas-saltina tad-dritt u tal-valuri fundamentali inkluż dak tal-libertà tal-espressjoni. Ngħixu f'sitwazzjoni mill-iktar surreali. Għaliex? Għaliex illum min qiegħed jipprova jgħidilna li qiegħed jinvestiga l-qtil ta' Daphne Caruana Galizia u għall-istess persuna li ma għamel xejn biex jinvestiga l-iskandli kollha li żvelat Daphne Caruana Galizia. Illum qegħdin fis-sitwazzjoni surreali li min qed jgħidilna li jrid jagħmel ġustizzja magħha fil-mewt tagħha, naturalment ma kienx kapaċi jipproteġġiha f'ħajjitha. Illum qegħdin fis-sitwazzjoni surreali li min kasbara fil-ħidma ġurnalistika tagħha issa jgħid li jrid iħares lejn kull ma kitbet biex jara jasalx għal tarf fuq il-qtil tagħha. Kummissjoni, il-poplu Malti jistenna li inti tkun l-assiesa tal-valuri Ewropew u mhux apoloġista tal-gvern jew.
Għall-Parlament Ewropew il-qtil ta' Daphne Caruana Galizia mhux qtil kwalunkwe. Huwa l-qtil tal-libertà tal-espressjoni, huwa l-qtil tas-saltna tad-dritt. Is-sena 2017 fissret ukoll li għall-ewwel darba fl-istorja Malta jkollha l-Presidenza tal-Unjoni Ewropea. Presidenza li ġabet magħha l-isfidi tagħha, iżda li mill-lat organizzattiv Malta ħarġet bl-unuri. Kien hemm il-pożittiv u kien hemm in-negattiv, kif spjega l-MEP David Casa waqt dibattitu fil-plenarja fit-tmiem il-Presidenza Maltija.
Iva, dalgħodu qegħdin naraw kif il-ħaddiema taċ-ċivil Maltin li akkwistaw livell għoli ta' għarfien fejn jitlu affarijiet tal-Unjoni Ewropea matul il-kors ta' ħafna snin ħaqquhom kull tifħir għax-xogħol illi għamlu tul dawn l-aħħar 6 xhur. Kenna diversi files illi ġew magħluqa taħt din il-Presidenza fosthom it-tmiem tat-tariffi tar-roaming, il-portabilità tal-kontenut online, l-aġenda tas-sigurtà interna, is-cyber security, il-ftehim fuq il-Konvenzjoni ta' Istanbul kontra l-vjolenza tas-sessi, kif ukoll it-twaqqif tal-Aġenzija tal-Ażil. Naturalment rigward l-impjiegi nuqqas ta' ftehim fuq l-ippustjar tal-ħaddiema huwa punt ta' dispjaċir għaliex jiena bħala koordinatur tal-Empl nispera naturalment li fix-xhur li ġejjin ikollna suċċess u jsir progress. Fil-waqt li ntlaħaq ftehim sabiex jiġi imwaqqaf l-Uffiċċju tal-Prosekutur Pubbliku Ewropew huwa ħasra li għal ċerti raġunijiet il-Gvern Malti mhux se jkun qiegħed jifforma parti minn din l-inizjattiva. Bil-banda l-oħra ma nistgħux ninsew ukoll kwistjonijiet nazzjonali li ma tarux marrieħ fosthom il-korruzzjoni li għandna f'pajjiżna. Il-Prim Ministru tkellem dwar il-valur tas-sewwa u l-valuri oħra li ma jistgħux jiġu magħżula għal jiena nsemmi l-valur tal-ġustizzja. Dalgħodu stess il-Kummissjoni titlob spjegazzjoni minn għandek sur Prim Ministru minn il-Gvern tiegħek il għaliex ġew mneħħija nies li politikament ma jaqblux miegħek f'dak li għandu x'jaqsam il-Vallett 18. Aw għandek prova sur Prim Ministru, għandek ċans biex turi li verament temmen fl-għaqda issa li għaddiet l-elezzjoni u tkompli taħdem biex il-Maltin jingħaqdu u mhux jinfirdu. Aħna lesti li ngħinuk f'dan. Nispera li ma tkomplix tħalli il-min jifret il-pajjiżna u tara li taqqat lil pajjiżna. Grazzi ħafna.
Kull MEP kemm hawnhekk fi Brussell kif ukoll fi Strasburgu ta' kuljum ikun qed jaħdem jew tkun qed taħdem f'kumitati differenti. Ħidma li tmur lil mill-ħidma fil-partiti politiċi, iżda ħidma li taffettwa lil popli Ewropej kollha. Fost l-oħrajn, David Casa huwa membru tal-Kumitat Parlamentari għall-Impjiegi u l-Affarijiet Soċjali. Roberta Metsola hija membru fil-Kumitat Parlamentari għall-Libertajiet Ċivili, il-Ġustizzja u l-Intern, waqt li Francis Damick huwa membru fil-Kumitat Parlamentari għall-Affarijiet Legali. Pass importanti li wettaq David Casa matul din is-sena kien l-inkarigu li ngħata biex imexxi l-pożizzjoni tal-Parlament Ewropew dwar id-direttiva magħrufa bħala Work-Life Balance, jiġifieri il-bilanċ li għandu jkollu kull ħaddiem fl-Ewropa bejn il-ħin li jqatta fuq il-post tax-xogħol u l-ħin li jqatta fil-libertà tiegħu mal-familja, mal-ħbieb. Minnaħa tagħha Roberta Metsola ħadmet bisħieħ fuq it-tneħħija tal-ħlas tar-roaming, jiġifieri li meta l-Maltin isafru f'pajjiżi oħra tal-Unjoni Ewropea ma jħallsux aktar biex jużaw l-internet, għalhekk suq wieħed Ewropew. Waqt li Francis Damick iffoka l-ħidma tiegħu fuq drittijiet li għandu jkollhom il-midja kollha fl-Ewropa, mod partikolari dawk f'Malta, kif ukoll id-drittijiet li għandhom iċ-ċittadini Ewropej. Però żgur li għal Malta u l-Unjoni Ewropea is-sena 2017 se tibqa' mfakkra għal kongress li l-Partit Popolari Ewropew organizza b'tant suċċess f'Malta. Kongress illi ġab lejn pajjiżna il-mexxejja kollha tal-Partit Popolari Ewropew. Kongress li żgur li se jibqa' mfakkar bħala wieħed mill-akbar kongressi li qatt ġew organizzati f'Malta. Sa nagħlaq dan il-programm billi nħallikom issegwu l-aqwa siltiet mill-Kungress tal-Partit Popolari Ewropew Malta 2017.
We have to find answers, therefore, to complicated questions, to ask ourselves, what is our identity? We, as the European People's Party, have values that we share. We are convinced of the value of freedom, the value of fairness, and solidarity as well. Freedom isn't freedom from something, but it's freedom to do something. And with these foundations, and in terms of the challenges that we face, we have to tackle these challenges with courage and confidence.
A discontent caused by the crisis has brought along with it the old ghost of populism. These are movements that promote simple solutions to complex problems. But in the final analysis, all they do is create greater dissatisfaction. No one should be under any illusion. Never in history, never has a populist party brought about any benefit for its country, for its people, when it gained power. Never.
Puntando sulla stabilità, noi possiamo impedire che il populismo vinca anche in questo paese fondatore. Altogether, these leaders are the stability of the European Union. All together, we have EPP good leaders. We need these leaders for the future of the European Union.
Today, Malta is the most important member state for all of us. You have made Malta the center of the attention of 3,000 delegates and guests and more than 250 journalists from all around Europe.
Aħna kapaċi noffru is-soluzzjonijiet. Dejjem urejna li aħna kapaċi insarfu it-tama u l-aspirazzjonijiet tan-nies f'realtà. Imma in-nies iħossu li aħna maħniex nitkellmu biżżejjed magħhom u maħniex nisimgħuhom biżżejjed. Illi meta nitkellmu man-nies, in-nies jisimgħu u meta nisimgħu lin-nies, in-nies ikellmuna.
I've known Simon Busuttil as somebody who is working very hard for Malta.
L-Unjoni Ewropea tirrappreżenta il-valuri illi nemmen fihom jien, il-valuri illi nemmnu fihom aħna kollha. Il-valur tal-paċi, il-valur tad-demokrazija, tal-libertà, tad-drittijiet tal-bniedem, tal-ugwaljanza, tat-tolleranza, tas-solidarjetà.
Simon Busuttil is a very well-known European figure for all of us.
Malta, pajjiżi, mar tajjeb ħafna bis-sħubija tal-Unjoni Ewropea u mhux ta' b'xejn illi aktar minn 80% tal-poplu Malti illum jaqbel illi bis-sħubija fl-Unjoni Ewropea pajjiżna mar tajjeb.
He's very intelligent and very friendly.
Same decisiveness to face all the challenges.
Parliament under the leadership of Simon Busuttil, who is really, let me say honest, who is really working on the interest of the people, on the daily life of people.
Jina l-lum gburi illi jina Malti. Għalhekk jina gburi illi jina Ewropew u għalhekk jiena gburi li mmexxi il-Partit Nazzjonalista li jagħmel dan kollu possibbli. Partit Nazzjonalista illi għaraf isarraf it-tama u l-aspirazzjonijiet tal-poplu Malti f'realtà.